Hi there, future scientists and math wizards. Welcome to Smile Road. I'm Sir Ann, and I created this channel just for you, senior high school students looking to make science and math easier, clearer, and yes, even more fun. On Smile Road, we explore exciting lessons in general science, solve real life problems in general mathematics, and learn how these subjects connect to the world around us, from floating boats to your monthly budget. Each meeting, I'll guide you through lessons using simple explanations, real life examples, and even a few challenges to keep your brain sharp. Whether you're reviewing for exams, catching up on class topics, or just curious about how the world works, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell so you won't miss any of our learning adventures here on Smile Road. So, are you ready to start this journey with me? Let's walk the road of knowledge with a smile. For our lesson number 40, Understanding Car Brakes. Car brakes are a real-life example of hydraulic system that keeps people safe by helping a car slow down or stop. How do car brakes work? Car brakes use Pascal's principles, which says that um, when you apply pressure to a fluid in a closed system, the pressure spreads out equally in all directions. Okay, so these are the typical automated braking system. So you have the front brakes, and you have the typical disc brake, and then the typical drum brake, and then the rear brakes. There you are. Next. That's how it looks like. You have the wheel hub, you have the rotor, the disc, and then the caliper and the brake pad. Hydraulic disc brake system. So you have there the brake pedal and then the brake pad in our wheel, and then step-by-step process. You step on the brake pedal, and then the master cylinder pushes brake fluid through the brake lines. And then the fluid pressure reaches the brake calipers, and then the calipers press the pads against the brake disc. And then friction between the pads and this slows down the car. Okay, and then so that's a brake all. And so when you brake the pedal, that is what is going on, as you see in the illustration. Okay, that's how you do the braking of the pedal, and why it's efficient. So a small force from your foot gets multiplied by the hydraulic system. The pressure is equal in all directions, so all wheels receive the same braking force. It works smoothly and reliably even at high speeds. Main formulas used to understand how how car brakes work using physics and hydraulics. Pascal's triangle, P is equals to F over A. That's the high pressure formula. Number 2, pressure transmission in hydraulic brakes. F1 over A1 is equal to F2 over A2. Number 3, frictional force at the brake pad. Frictional force equals to coefficient of friction between the brake pad and the motor multiplied by and the normal force, typically the hydraulic force pressing the brake pad. Number 4, work energy principle used for braking distance. So W is equals to 1/2 mv squared. And then practice problems. A person applies a force of 100 Newton on a brake pedal with an area of 0.01 meters squared. What is the pressure exerted in the brake fluid? Given force applied 100 Newton, area of the brake fluid 0.01 meters squared, required pressure in the brake fluid. Use the formula P is equals to F over A. Substitute the given data, and the final answer is 10,000 Pascal or 10 kilopascals. Number 2. In a hydraulic brake system, the master piston has an area of 0.01 meters squared, and the slave piston connected to the brake pads has an area of 0.05 meters squared. If a driver applies 120 Newton on the brake pedal, what is the force exerted by the slave piston? Master piston area 0.01 meters squared. Slave piston area 0.05 meters squared. Applied force 120 Newton. Required force exerted by the slave piston. Solution. P is equals to the F of the master over A of the master. Substitute the given data. 12,000 pascals. And then the F of the slave is equals to the P multiplied by the area of the slave. And substitute the calculated value of P multiplied by the area of the slave. The final answer is 600 Newton. Number 3. A car's brake pad presses against the rotor with a normal force of 2,000 Newton. If the coefficient of friction is 0.4, what is the braking force due to friction? The normal force is 2,000 Newton. Coefficient friction is 0.4. The required is the braking force. Use the formula F is equals to mu multiplied by n. Substitute the given data. The final answer is 800 Newton. Number 4. A car moving at 20 meters per second has a mass of 1,000 kilograms. How much work must the brakes do to bring it to a full stop? Given initial speed 20 meters per second, mass 1,000 kilograms, final speed 0. It's a full stop. Required work done by the brakes. So using the formula, the change in kinetic energy is equal to the work. So substitute the given formula, and then the final answer is 200,000 joules or 200 kilojoules. Number 5. A hydraulic jack uses a small piston with an area of 0.0002 meters squared and a force of 50 Newton is applied. What pressure is produced in the fluid? So given small piston area, 0.002 meters squared, the applied force is 50 Newton, required pressure. Use the formula P is equals to F over A. Substitute the given data. The final answer is 25,000 Pascal or 25 kilopascals. Number 6. In a brake system, the pressure applied is 150,000 pascals. If the brake caliper piston has an area of 0.03 meters squared, what is the output force applied to the brake pad? Given pressure 150,000 pascal, caliper piston 0.03 meter, output force is the unknown. Use the formula F is equals to P times A. Substitute the given data, and the final answer is 4,500 Newton. MCQ for car brakes problems. So number 1, a force of 200 Newton is applied on a brake pad with an area of 0.02 meters squared. What is the pressure exerted on the brake fluid? Letter A, 1,000 pascals. Letter B, 10,000 pascals. Letter C, 4,000 pascals. Letter D, 5,000 pascals. Number 2, a brake system exerts a force of 1,500 Newton over a period of 3 seconds. What is the impulse delivered? Letter A, 500 Newton. Letter B, 4,500 Newton second. Letter C, 1,500 Newton second. Letter D, 3,000 Newton second. Number 3, what happens to the braking force if the contact area is reduced but the pressure remains constant? Letter A, the force increases. Letter B, the force decreases. Letter C, the force stays the same. Letter D, the force becomes zero. Number 4, a braking system generates a pressure of 8,000 pascals over a 0.02 meter squared area. What is the force? Letter A, 160 Newton. Letter B, 40 Newton. Letter C, 400 Newton. Letter D, 80 Newton. Number 5. A car's brake applies a force of 1,800 Newton over 2 seconds. What physical quantity is being measured by the product of the force and time? Letter A, pressure. Letter B, acceleration. Letter C, impulse. Letter D, energy. Number 6. If a driver increases the time the brakes are applied, the impulse will A, increase, B, decrease, C, stays the same, D, becomes zero. Number 7. The main purpose of the brake fluid in a hydraulic brake system is to letter A, lubricate the pads. Letter B, transfer pressure evenly. Letter C, reduce speed. Letter D, create electrical current. Number 8, a technician applies a 100 Newton force on a 0.015 meter squared brake pedal. What pressure is created? A, 8,000 pascals. Letter B, 10,000 pascals. Letter C, 6,000 pascals. Letter D, 12,000 pascals. Number 9. What formula relates force, area, and pressure? Letter A, pressure is equals to area divided by force. Letter B, force equals to pressure times area. Letter C, area is equals to force times pressure. Letter D, pressure is equals to force times area. Number 10, a brake pad is in contact for 5 seconds with a constant force of 1,000 Newton. What is the impulse? Letter A, 5,000 Newton second. Letter B, 5,000 Newton second. Letter C, 1,000 Newton second. Letter D, 2,000 Newton second. Answer key for lesson 40. Please proceed to lesson number 41. And then the answer key for lesson number 39, understanding impulse, is as follows. Number 1B, the change in momentum. Number 2C, impulse is equals to force times the time. Number 3C, Newton second. Number 4C, momentum. Number 5A, 2 Newton second. And the number 6B, the area under the graph. Number 7, reduces the force experienced. Number 8C, increasing the time over which momentum changes. Number 9C, reduces the force by increasing the stopping time. Number 10B, a ball bouncing off a wall. And that's it for today's lesson here on Smile Road. If you learned something new today, don't forget to hit that like button and share this video with your classmates. And make sure to subscribe and tap the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when a new lesson stops. This is Sir M, reminding you that learning doesn't stop after the bell rings. Keep asking, keep exploring, and always walk the road of knowledge with a smile. Smile Road, where curiosity meets discovery. Okay, bye-bye. See you for the next lesson. Thank you, everyone.